boys have done all right tonight. Towards line. Orchard picks it up now. Long and low towards Schwass. Pretty quiet night for him. Maxfield's away. 65 out. Into the pocket he goes. Lockett comes charging, but there is a free kick. A whistle down the ground. And who's going to take it?
Well, it's paid to Tony Lockett.
Shanahan restricted him as he went for the ball.
The signal given was the holding by the arm.
So is this going to be the moment for Tony Lockett?
A lot of extra movement on the ground down here, Sandy.
Five times he's kicked 100. Fans are flocking to the fence. Lockett is on 99. The most he's kicked in 1 year is 132. That was in 92 with St Kilda. Came to Sydney, we did 110 in 95 and 121 in 96. Injuries and suspension cost him last year. Is this going to be his century tonight? 25 metres out, 45-degree angle. Here they come. And he's done it.
Well, I don't know what you think about it, Sandy, but this is absolutely ridiculous. There's people not even running towards Tony Lockett.
Just wanting to get on the turf.
Actually, Melbourne fans have gone for the Melbourne team in the middle of the ground. There are hundreds of them there. The other thing, it can be dangerous.
That's right. A really good idea for the Melbourne team to huddle around the centre circle altogether, because then it at least isolates them from the possibility that they could get injured if somebody runs past them and trips over them or whatever.
Johnny Russo, where are the umpires?
I don't know, mate.
What other elite sport in the world would allow the fans to invade the pitch like this?
Well, is there any real problem with it?
Well, the game stops.
Well,
Anything
it's
can
been
happen.
a tradition for as long as we've played the game that the game stops to celebrate one of the great feats of one of the great champions.
It was a tradition when it was a suburban game of football, but it's a national elite sport now. It's just ridiculous that a game can stop because of this.
Well, you've got two options. You put the barbed wire fence up or you let this to happen.
And it would be a tragedy if the barbed wire fence went up.
I think we'll have this.
It's a matter of education, surely.
Well, there was a sign on the scoreboard for a substantial amount of time before the game asking patrons not to run onto the ground should Tony Lockett kick his 100th goal.
Yeah, that worked, didn't it?
But everybody has disregarded that. So given that they disregard that sort of warning, the only solution is, as Jared said, the fence, and I think that'd be terrible if the fence was put up.
I'm a bit with Jared. I don't think it's
any
great drama. I mean, they are leaving the ground now. Okay, we've lost 2 or 3 minutes.
Kids will remember that forever. Kids that ran on the ground tonight will remember that forever, which is fantastic.
Troy Cook is a bit distressed down here. He's now coming off the ground. Looks like the ankle is no good, and he'll be replaced at the moment. But he's just slowly walking off the ground here.
Yeah, got him. We've got him. Thanks, Dip.
He obviously had jabs in his ankle at half-time. They didn't work. But the other thing you've got to consider is the momentum that Melbourne had is just effectively snuffed out now. It doesn't happen very often, I know, but you cannot say it's attractive or...
Well, there's about 20,000 people out there that also, I think they would think it's attractive. As John said, they're going to remember it forever. They'll probably come out with a song the day that Tony Lockett kicked his 100th goal in the MCG. But I mean, the bottom line is that there's no way of stopping it effectively.
But half of them didn't go anywhere near Tony Lockett.
Well, the half of them were Melbourne supporters wanted to go over and touch Todd Viney on the backside.
What's the benefit of that?
The good news is the umpires are safe in the middle.
Good on you, Dippo. I think we might, while they start to clear it, we'll have another look at goal number 100. This is the 6th time that Lockett has done it. 3 times when he was with St Kilda, and now 3 times with Sydney.
It was actually during the second quarter that I think Sydney needed the goal from Tony Lockett, just to drop the momentum that Melbourne had built up. And as you said, Cornsey, this is going to rob Melbourne of some of the momentum they have. They're just 31 points down now. Sydney, they're still well and truly in the game.
And you've got kids still running out of the ground. You've got people having end-to-end kicks on the ground. I mean, if this is...
Yeah. We agree with you, Cornsey, but how do you stop it?
Well, I think an education program is important. Plus, if you have the security people like you do at finals time on a game like this, it just... Yeah. It acts as a...
well, you would get people injured if you had security people here.
Well, let's just spare a thought for Tony Lockett now, because he has joined Jason Dunstall as the only other player to have 6 centuries in his career. Peter Hudson had 5. Nuts Coventry had 4. Gary Ablett and Peter McKenna 3 apiece.
Yes, I suppose we are overlooking what a fantastic effort it has been. And you wonder what sort of physically draining effect that is also with the crush of people around you.
Also, Jeff White's preparing to come back on, and Jimmy Stein's coming off, and well done, Tony Lockett on his 100th.
Well, you think if Sydney are going to win this game, the next 5 minutes is all important. In fact, the next 14 seconds is all important, because that's all there is before three-quarter time.
Well, they've only had one meeting under lights. Sydney won that. But they're down, what, 31 points. Certainly in today's game, not impossible.
Maybe they should take three-quarter time early, Jerry.
Would have been a fair option.
14 seconds to go. What's the point of starting?
I love it when you get a B in your monitor, Cornsey. I love it. Well, are you going to? We may as well ask you. Are you going to coach again next year, Cornsey? Everyone else is going to have a crack at it.
Not next year.
Not yet.
Oh, the year after.
Oh, dear.
There he is, Tony Lockett. And the only thing going through his mind at the moment is how on earth is his side down by such a margin, and how can he get back into it?
Well, there's an enormous roar here.
Yeah, the police have grabbed somebody on the other side,
No, well, there's people who are just deliberately trying to stay on the ground. That's the problem. And they're being encouraged by the crowd. And the umpire practicing his bounce in the centre of the ground. I've never seen that before, John.
Oh, lots of guys practice their bouncing. It's probably one way to get focused back on what you're about to do. And
there he goes again.
Mitch is having a couple. And both gone straight too. Hope he hasn't used them all up.
By Chris Mitchell chatting there with Darren Breswell after having a couple of warm-ups. Todd Viney, Johnny Stevens. So that'll be a load off Tony Lockett's mind. The pressure valve released.
I'd say, just on that, Sandy, I reckon Tony Lockett's just asked if he can have the footy, because he's had a fairly long conversation with Hayden Kennedy, and I would suggest that he's asked if he can have the footy.
He's got a great collection this year. I think he's kicked, over 10 goals 3 or 4 times, so...
Yep.
He'd almost have to catalogue them, Dipper.
So what does happen to the ball if he didn't get it, John? What do you do with the ball when you take it back to the umpire's room?
The club representative comes and takes the balls back.
Yeah, they didn't get a chance to. They didn't get a chance to signal and wave, and you'll see the goal umpire now.
Yep.
Highly unusual.
Okay, we'll now see the goal waved.
The longest goal in history.
It would have been 99.9.
And you reckon that's good for footy, Sandy?
I don't think it hurts. Go down to the ground, Dipper.
Thanks very much, Sandy. Well, Tony, not the result you wanted, but congratulations on another bag full of 100 goals.
Yeah, I guess a little bit disappointing that they were just too good for us on the night, Dipper. Yeah, it just doesn't make it quite as nice as if we had won, but anyway, we've just got to go on with it now.
And on your old teammate as well, have a bit of a chat to him about the game?
He's a great player. You know, he served up to me all night. You know, we just weren't good enough at the end of the day, Dipper. So we're just going to have to go and have a good think about it this week and come out with all guns blazing against Collingwood now.
You had a couple of early shots in the first quarter, a bit nervous about the...
Oh, no, I wasn't nervous, nothing like that. Just, mate, we're going to miss one every now and again, don't you?
Did you ask the umpire to keep the ball again?
I think the real ball, someone's kept it in the crowd, but I'd probably keep it if we had won, but anyway.
I know you're disappointed about the loss, but magnificent effort. 6 times you've kicked 100 goals. Well done, buddy.
Thanks, mate.
A great achievement indeed, and they'll bounce back.